Motors MP ringrazzja lil Enemed, Hot Wheels Garage, GP Karting Malta, Vigo Menswear, World Pro Racing u Securtech Security Consultants. Illum għandna wieħed mis-sewwieqa fil-fatt li isuq propju bil-liċenzja Maltija u li fil-fatt kellimna miegħu ftit tal-ġimgħat ilu. Dak iż-żmien kien qiegħed ġewwa Manila propju fil-Filippini fejn hemmhekk tkellimna miegħu permezz ta' Skype. Qed nirreferu għal Zackary David. Zackary David huwa sewwieq żagħżugħ immens illi diġà għamel ħafna avvanz fil-karriera tiegħu tas-sewqan tal-karozzi. Zackary David illi llum hawn Malta huwa bħala sewwieq tal-karting u se nitkellmu miegħu dwar din il-karriera. Zackary David jinsab ġewwa Malta peress li ftew il-ġranet kellu jsir it-tieni round tal-kampjonat tal-karting ta' pajjiżna. Però ovvjament minħabba il-Malta sfortunatament kellu jiġi post. Dik hija ovvjament suġġett ieħor fih innifsu. Ninsabu hawnhekk ġewwa l-uffiċċju ta' Tonio Mizzi fil-fatt li huwa l-aġent tal-Rotex u nirringrazzjaw talli għoġbu jħallina nużaw l-uffiċċju tiegħu għal dan il-filmat. Zackary, so once again, welcome on our show.
Thank you.
This time it's much better because it's in person. Last time we met on Skype, we did the best we could do. So, Zackary, we know that we have got a lot to say. Your career has been very successful, very colorful so far, and I'm sure that you can exchange with us a lot of this experience, mainly obviously so that everyone will appreciate what you are doing and what you have been doing so far, and also to encourage other young drivers that will obviously start following you and will start make courage themselves on what you have achieved so far. So, Zackary, let's start from the beginning. So, for how long have you been doing karting? And how did you get involved? I mean, there was someone else in your family or you were the first one, or I mean, you showed so much interest in car racing that it was obvious that you need to start doing it. How did it evolve?
I've been karting for about 9 years now. I started when I was about 5 in the Philippines. And the reason I got into karting was when I was really young and small, like my parents noticed that I really liked cars a lot. So they started to research about what I could do, like at a young age, to drive cars. And then they came across karting, and then that's how it started.
Okay, so you impressed them so much with how much you like cars that you made them do their research to actually find something so that you can obviously do what you like most. Nice. So, and then how is the karting scene in the Philippines? I mean, as you know, you come to Malta occasionally, and you see, I mean, we assume that for size of Malta, the karting in Malta is very popular. Actually, it's overgrown now, we can say. How is the situation in the Philippines?
I think in the Philippines, there isn't as much drivers as in Malta, but like the drivers who do drive there, I think they like to drive there. So the passion is there, but I don't think it's not as big as here in Malta.
All right, so it is more, the number of drivers is less, but you are telling us that the quality and the enthusiasm that there is for the sport is much bigger.
Yeah, it's there.
And what about facilities in the Philippines?
The track for sure is a bit bigger than Malta, and we have two kart tracks there instead of one.
Okay, so you had the opportunity of driving in both karts?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So, but I mean, in the Philippines, is there championships and there are events that you had the opportunity to take part in, or how does it work there?
Yes, there is a local championship you can take part in. And sometimes the championships from all around Asia come to the Philippines to race.
And you took part in all these races in the Philippines?
Yes.
Okay, and how was it?
When I was young, so say cadets and mini rock was good because we were winning a lot. And then when we moved up to junior, it was a bit harder because the level was higher.
Much higher.
But we were still able to win. But then after junior, we moved up to senior and we started to race around here in Europe.
Okay, so then when you started senior, you were racing still in the Philippines and still in Europe at the same time?
Yes, actually we started both in juniors and we only moved full-time to Europe when I moved up to seniors.
All right. And I mean, is there any particular result that you can share with us when you were racing?
In Asia, I think the biggest result I got was winning the X30 Southeast Asia,
Wow.
the championship there.
Okay, and that would mean how many drivers you were competing against?
I think in that championship there were about 30 plus, 33 drivers, something like that.
So you won the X330 for South Asia?
Yes.
And you were the winner of
Yes.
that championship.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously that had put some spotlights on you.
Yeah.
Because obviously some people had to notice that achievement, correct?
Yes.
Then you moved to Europe because now you are living here in Malta, mostly, correct?
Yes.
And what happened once you moved over to Europe?
When we moved to Europe, at first, it was a bit hard to transition because the level is very high and the tracks are different, the grip level is different,
Okay.
and also the engines. So when we moved up to juniors here, it wasn't so bad. We had the speed, but we didn't have enough experience to be fighting at the front. So then we decided that if we stayed here longer, then we would start to perform better because we would have more experience around racing.
Okay.
And then that's when we moved here.
Good. So obviously we can say that although you were the best driver of your category in the South Asia, when you moved to Malta or to Europe, actually, okay, we are lucky to have you here in Malta, but I mean to Europe, you realize that there is an even further level that you have to race in. And how did you adapt for that?
We were able to do as much races as we could to get the experience and to learn as much as we can. And then, we just did that.
And obviously you are getting there.
Yes.
Now, races in Malta. What have you been racing so far? You took part in the championship last year, for example, or before that?
I haven't been able to participate in the championships in any race, but I've been there and I've seen the track and I've driven on it with the Rotax.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when there was the event of the Rotax, which actually was the first event that we had in the new racetrack for us. And what is your impression of this track? The layout, the grip. How is it?
For me, the grip isn't. It's not fantastic compared to the other tracks in Europe, but the layout itself it's fun to drive on because it's tight. So you have to be very precise around the track to get the lap together.
All right. So obviously it helps you to develop your driving skills a lot. Also, probably the grip also because it's new and it's not being used as much as other karts are used in all over Europe, because you know that there are a lot of more drivers being used, probably more continuous than the one we have in Malta. So, but obviously, we are here not only regarding karting, because as you know, we follow you on social media. In fact, you have got something as well, which I want to mention here also for the other young drivers, that every time that you have got a success, you always send me the link to keep me updated, which is very good. And that is what you should do. And also if you have got other people which are following you from media, from everywhere else, that's what you should do, because the media is important a lot. It's part of your success. So that is something which you should continue to do. We noticed that you are now part of the Sauber racing team. Now, obviously, part of the Sauber racing team is something too big for us to understand, because I believe it's the first time that we have got one of our drivers who is in this environment. We had someone a bit before, but now it's the new thing that we have. Can you please explain to us what this involves? I mean, what is involved for you? I mean, how did you had to change your lifestyle? What are you doing with the Sauber team? How is it progressing? I mean, I'm sure that there is a lot that you can share with us.
For me, how I got chosen to go into the academy was that because in the team I race in, Kart Republic, the academy already exists, like in a partnership. So then they were able to choose like which drivers they want to go into the academy. And
okay, so let's start from that. So explain to us, what is Kart Republic?
Kart Republic is a team that competes in like basically all the big races in Europe.
Okay.
And it's a chassis manufacturer as well.
All right. And you are part of that team of Kart Republic?
Yes.
Okay, and then Kart Republic is connected to the Sauber racing team?
Yes, to the Sauber racing team, and the academy is inside Kart Republic.
Okay, now, and then from all the drivers of Kart Republic, you have been chosen to make the next step. How does it work?
So I think they base it off results and performance and like how you improve and if there's any like potential in that driver's future. So they took me and one other driver to go into the academy.
Good, okay. So now you are part of this, now so you're still part of the Kart Republic, but now you're also part of the Sauber racing team.
Yes.
Correct. Now, how is it, what are you doing? So you are training completely on Sauber F4 cars, or you are still training karts, and how does it work?
We still focus on karts this season, but like if there's free time or if the schedule doesn't conflict, then we can go test some F4 cars.
All right. Okay. So at the same time, you are still trying to improve your skills and improve your results in the karting.
Yes.
And at the same time, you are doing some groundwork for the F4.
For F4, yes.
Now, you already started driving the F4 car. You already had some experience in the F4 car.
Yes.
How was that?
I mean, it's really fun. Like compared to karting, it feels really fast, and it's nice to drive.
Okay. So now you said that the Kart Republic, they chose 2 drivers to go and test with Sauber.
Yes.
Now, how does it work there? Does it mean that now Sauber will have to choose one of 2 drivers, or there's opportunity for both of you?
There is an opportunity for both of us, but right now, because I'm in senior and the other driver is in junior, so there's no conflict really.
All right, so you can literally work together, and you both have got your mind that you are not competing against each other.
Yes.
So, and so far, did you receive some feedback from the management of the Sauber management, that racing team management, that how is your performance?
From the F1 group and like the high groups, not yet.
No. I mean from who is mentoring now in the F4, because I mean so far we can speak on the F4.
Yes, in the lower levels, they say the performance has been quite okay, and we just need to keep building on this.
Okay, good. So now the next step, what will be the next step?
It could be another year in karting, or we can move up to Formula cars for the next year.
Okay, so this year is just focus completely on karting.
Yes.
All our free time will be on the F4 car with the same team, and then hopefully next year we make the move to F4, or we still continue karting and F4 next year. How does it work next year?
We still have to see about like obviously my age, how we develop through the year, and like how we drive the Formula car. So if we're ready, we can go straight up, but if we still need some time, then we can stay another year in karting.
Okay, so I mean, it's not that, I mean, your place will still be there you still have got things to do and to how to perform in this environment.
Yes.
Now, I am sure that many of the racing drivers here in Malta, that as you know, we have got a lot, all of them share this dream that you are actually living at the moment. What I really would like from you is that you make a message to all these drivers that probably most of them you meet once you go to La Rev. Unfortunately, this time it was not the occasion because of the weather, as you know. But I would like you to give your message to these drivers to make them make courage to obviously that they can get also where you are today?
I mean, for me, I think the most important part to have the success is that you want to have it and like you enjoy that you're doing it. Because when you enjoy it, then it just comes to you. And I mean, obviously you have to work hard and everything, but if you enjoy what you're doing, then everything's gonna come a lot easier.
Okay, so mela, smajtu hemmek żgħażagħ tagħna, Zackary David m'għandu l-ebda messaġġ partikolari għalikom, ġifieri l-unika messaġġ li qed jgħidilkom huwa li ovvjament suqu kemm tistgħu, ħudu gost, enjoy kull mument li jkollkom fis-sewqan. Ovvjament jekk intom tistinkaw intom vera tridu illi taslu bħalma fil-fatt jidher li qiegħed jasal Zackary David. Zackary David, thank you very much for that message. I'm sure that our drivers will appreciate it. And obviously you know that although we have got a lot to speak about what you have achieved so far, obviously the future is even bigger than that.
Yeah.
So if I had to ask you what are your future targets, now obviously you are doing your milestones, you are reaching one by one technically every year. What is your target for the next couple of years?
I mean, the target is obviously to move up, so from F4, F3, F2, and then the ultimate goal is obviously F1.
F1. That will be an amazing experience for all of us, not only for you. I mean, we will be we will be happy also ourselves. So that is your target. And is there like a plan? Is there a target, or you're just, as you said, you're enjoying it, you're having fun, and when the opportunity comes, we will grab that opportunity?
I think now I just focus on what I do, because obviously I need to get the results in, and I need to focus on what I'm doing now to progress further and to progress faster. So if I think about the future a lot, then maybe like it doesn't let me focus on what I have to do right now, and maybe I don't get the opportunity.
Good. So you are completely focused on what you are doing right now. Mela, messaġġ ieħor fil-fatt, mela ħudu ħsieb illi għalkemm ikolkom it-targets tintilfux ħafna fil-ħolm illi għandkom għal-futur, għalkemm dak ovvjament ħallu hemmhekk, però dejjem għexu u gawdu il-moment. Ovvjament għax inti meta qed tgħix il-moment titla' ovvjament tarġa' u ma tistax taġġel ħafna iktar minn hekk. Motors MT ringrazzja lil Enemed, Hot Wheels Garage, GP Karting Malta, Vigo Menswear, World Pro Racing u SecureTech Security Consultants.